Good morning, friends. I welcome all today's lecture of studies. It was written by Francis Bacon. This lesson for first year students for first semester. This is the second lesson for the first semester students. Now, of studies was written by Francis Bacon. We will discuss a brief introduction about the writer. Francis Bacon was born 22nd January 1561 at Strand, London, England. He was died 9th April 1626, aged 65. Highgate, Middlesex, England. His nationality was English. Alma mater, Cambridge University. You see the original signature of Francis Bacon. He was a lawyer, statesman and philosopher who served as Attorney General and Lord Chancellor of England. He developed a philosophical approach which contested Aristotelian ideas and called for a scientific method in thinking. He thus laid the foundation for modern scientific inquiry and afterwards emphasized a revaluation and restructuring of traditional learning. He spoke for the development of new arts and inventions to bring practical use to women living. At the same time that he was founding and promoting this new advancement of learning, he was also moving up the ladder of state service. Bacon had a place in Parliament for nearly 4 decades. From 1584 to 1617, nearly 4 decades he served as a parliamentarian in England, during which time he was extremely active in politics, law and the royal court. Although the body of his work covers a broad range of topics, all of Bacon's writing shares one thing in common: is a desire to change antiquated systems. First Viscount St. Alban, 22nd January 1561 to 9th April 1626, was an English philosopher, statesman, scientist, jurist, orator, essayist and author. He is a multitasker. He is a very intelligent man during that time. He served both as Attorney General and Lord Chancellor of England. After his death, he remained extremely influential through his works, especially as philosophical advocate and practitioner of the scientific method during the scientific revolution. He always thinking everything should be in scientific way. He propagated in that way. He is a philosopher and advocate and practitioner of scientific method. His ideas are very revolutionary. During that time, Bacon has been called the father of empiricism. His works established and popularized inductive methodologies for scientific inquiry. Everything should be in scientific way. That's why he was called as a father of empiricism. Often called Bacon method or simply the scientific method. So his outlook is like that. That's why his method is called as a scientific method. And also he was considered as a father of essayist because he produced a beautiful essays in English literature. So one of the essay has taken from his collection of essays, that is Half Studies, that was allotted to the first semester students. Now we move to the main text and text and explanation. Okay, we will without wasting time, we will move to the text. Studies serve for delight, for ornament, and for ability. What a beautiful lines you see here. Study as an activity in whatever form brings us joy, enhances our thinking, speaking, and writing ability, adding charm to our personality. This is the explanation of the above lines. Studies serve for delight, for ornament, and for ability. By studies we can do anything. We can create miracles in the world. That's why here Bacon is explaining study as an activity in whatever form brings us joy and enhances our thinking, speaking, and writing ability. Adding charm to our personality, writing ability, adding charm to our personality. So here Francis Bacon is going to explain the importance of studies. Their chief use for delight is in privateness. The retiring for ornament is in discourse, and for ability is in the judgment and disposition of business. So study is always a private activity which people engage in when they are alone or in the privacy of their homes. It helps them in relaxation after a strenuous routine. When the body and mind need to slow down, it sharpens our intellect, helping us to judge things soundly. It helps us to go about our life's business in a more capable way. What a beautiful explanation here you see here. Their chief use for delight, studies, there means here studies. Their chief use for delight is in privateness and retiring. For ornament is in discourse, and for ability is in the judgment and disposition of a business. Study is always a private activity which people engage in when they are alone or in the privacy of their homes. Generally you can see, if you alone, you can read a beautiful books. By reading you can get the knowledge, intellect, and whatever. You can get anything from the reading by studying the different books. And these studies give you relax when you feel tired. After your routine life, it will changes, and it gives a peaceful mind to you. So you can sit calm and recollect everything. So studies plays an important role which gives you a peaceful mind to you. And it helps you to develop your intellect, and you can judge things beautifully way, and you can solve the problems by your studies, and you can do anything that will help you in your business. And the studies make you a capable way to solve the problems in your life. Next, for expert men can execute and perhaps judge of particulars one by one, but the general counsels and the plots and marshalling of affairs come best from those that are learned. So it enables the learned men who have studied extensively to critically examine issues and arrive at the right conclusion. By studies you can do the right thing ways, and you can live rightful way by studies, and by automatically you become a learned man. So you can solve everything, and you can examine the everything in the scientific way by your studies. They can garner data, facts and arguments for against a particular view rationally. You can think rationally by your studies. If you want any data or anything facts, you can easily remember and recognize and tell the other people to solve the problems in the life. Such intelligent analysis of facts improves the soundness and quality of their judgment. Studies play an important role in where you can participate and you can judge anything with more efficiency, and you can give a number of facts and data about the whatever the solving the problems in your life. That's why here Francis Bacon is going to tell you, for expert men can execute and perhaps judge a particulars one by one, but the general counsels and the plots or marshalling of affairs come best from those that are learned. So whatever when you talk or behave in a beautiful way, that is only by the possibility through your studies. Then, to spend too much time in studies is sloth. To use them too much for ornament is affectation. To make judgment wholly by the rules is the humor of scholar. To make judgment wholly by their rules is the humor of scholar. They perfect nature and are perfected by experience. For natural abilities are like natural plants that need pruning by study and studies themselves to give forth directions too much at large, except they be bounded in by experience. So, too much study may be considered a downfall. Don't completely depend on total time on studies. It will not correct way, according to the Francis Bacon. As the individual studying may be considered by others to be self-indulgent or even lazy if they appear to be studying and not much else. You spare a valuable time and concentrate a particular time about your studies. Don't be too much time on your studies. That put you in a downfall, and you were treated by others as a self-indulgent, and automatically if you spend too much time on studies, it leads you to be as a lazy. So be careful while you study, and studying alone is insufficient. Learning must also be accompanied by real life experience, as they are counterbalance of one another. Studying alone is insufficient according to the Francis Bacon. Learning must also be accompanied by real life experience. That should be, you should compare your real life experience to the study, and that should be counterbalance of one another. Then only it will look a fruitful way. Just to do what books tell you to do and nothing else is characteristic of an academic and bookish individual. Just to do what books tell you to do and nothing else is characteristic of an academic bookish individual. So be careful while you choosing the academic and everything. It should be meaningful. Then crafty men condemn studies. Simple men admire them, and wise men use them. For they teach not their own use, but that is wisdom without them and above them won by observation. Craftsmen condemn studies, simple men admire them, and wise men use them. For they teach not their own use, but that is wisdom without them and above them won by observation. You see here, according to the Francis Bacon, people who are cunning and deceitful have no appreciation for studies, as they accomplish their objectives through many crooked ways. So that's why he used crafty men condemn studies, simple men admire them, and wise men use them. That is the importance of studies. Simple folks, however, greatly value the role of studies in human life. Not only it will change your total character by studies, it plays an important role in human life. That's why wise people inherently drawn upon the ideas obtained from their studies while solving life's myriad problems. There are number of problems around us. That's why wise men can solve every problem very easily by their focus on studies. That's why Francis Bacon used here, crafty men condemn studies, simple men admire them, but wise men use them. So such a important role for the studies in our life. Then read not to contradict and confute, not to believe and take for granted, not to find talk and discourse, but to weigh and consider. Read not to contradict and confute, not to believe and take for granted, not to find talk and discourse, but to weigh and consider. The aim of reading and acquiring knowledge must not be to aggressively refute others' views or accept the writer's views as gospel truth. So the aim of reading and acquiring knowledge must not be too aggressively repeat to others' views or accept the writer's views as gospel truth. It should also not be to engage in pointless discussion. It should also not be to engage in a pointless discussion and argumentation. Studying should enable us to weigh facts and analyze them rationally. That's why studies will make the people engage a fruitful discussion and argumentation that will make them to show their facts and analyze the rationality. That's why studies plays an important role in our lives. That's why the aim of reading and acquiring knowledge must be to solve the problems in life. So here Francis Bacon, studying should enable us to weigh facts and analyze them rationally. So we will stop here because it is a lengthy discussion about the op studies. We will have another session about the op studies. Here I will wind up this lesson and we will continue in another session. I think so. So far we have discussed about the introduction of the Francis Bacon and also op studies. So studies will play an important role in our life. How they useful in our life we will discuss it so far. So I hope you will understand so far. So I request all you. We will meet in next class. Thank you very much.